I ended up getting this figure from Dan's Dinosaur. Dan's is always my go-to source for Nanmu's products. And remember, if you order anything from Dan's, tell them Dino Scream sent you on your order. It helps out the channel a great deal, and it's very much appreciated. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Nanmu review. Today we're going to take a look at their Nutcracker soldier, aka the Parasaurolophus corpse. I was really excited when Nanmu announced this figure. One, I'm a huge fan of dead dinosaur figures, can't get enough of them, and there's so few on the market, so I was very happy to finally add another one to my collection. And two, this Parasaurolophus is a neat little slice of Jurassic Park history, which we'll get into a little bit later on in the review. Now, I will admit, I was struck with a little bit of sticker shock when the pre-order price came up for this.
What? What the fuck?
Yeah, this thing is $30 more than the standard edition. I knew it was going to cost a little bit more because usually when Nanmu does these limited edition figures, yes, this is limited edition. They're only doing one run of it. I don't know what the exact edition count is, but once they sell out, this figure is completely done for. But it is made out of resin, but still, over $100. It almost made me second guess getting this figure, but like I said, I really like dead dinosaur figures. And another thing, I've never purchased any of Nanmu's limited edition resin figures, but we've all heard the horror stories with the stand-in Brachiosaurus and even the sick Triceratops. They were showing up broken and cracked, so I was kind of nervous when I got this in, and I have to say, just the way this figure is sculpted, it's not as brittle as like the Brachiosaurus or Triceratops. Mine arrived in perfect condition. But still, that price can go F itself. So anyways, let's go over the packaging really quick. We got a nice black and white photo of the dead Parasaurolophus Nutcracker soldier with the Nanmu logo front and center. Nanmu logo on top of the box, back of the box, other side of the box, and that is really it for the box. So let's throw this thing up on the turntable and take a closer look. And let's start with this 360-degree view of the dead Parasaurolophus. This figure is absolutely beautiful. Nanmu knocked it out of the park with the paint job. All the gore and little bits is so nicely painted. It really looks like a rotting corpse that was torn to shreds by a T-Rex. And like I said, this is a nice little slice of Jurassic Park history. The Parasaurolophus actually showed up in two movies. First movie was Jurassic Park: The Lost World. It was in a blink or you'll miss it scene when Roland and AJ were going to the T-Rex nest. They walked by the body really quickly, and then another blink and miss it moment was in Jurassic Park 3 when Grant and the Kirbys stumbled upon the T-Rex, and we all know a few seconds later that T-Rex was as dead as this Parasaurolophus. So yeah, Nanmu did a fantastic job with this, and even though that over $100 price point was really hard to swallow, I am really impressed with this thing. They did a great job painting it. Nanmu's definitely one of the best out there doing unofficial Jurassic merchandise, and yeah, they absolutely killed it with this piece. And now for some quick measurements. This figure across the body is about 8 inches long, and then from the head to the tail about 7 3/4 inches. Now I do have the original version, the running version on order. I thought they shipped together, but I only got this figure in yesterday. I have no clue where the other Parasaurolophus is, even though it said that they shipped together. I emailed Dan, and hopefully he'll get back to me really soon and let me know what's going on with the other one. I wanted to review both these figures together, but that's not going to happen. So yeah, when I get the regular version, I'll do my standard scale estimate with this figure, because this thing's like all curved and bent all over the place, and it's kind of hard for me to figure out the actual scale of this. Now, one thing I want to talk about quick before we go into the details of this figure is the shape of the sculpt. It's kind of awkward for a dead dinosaur. That is because, according to the rumor, that this was originally going to be used in the opening for the Lost World. Japanese fishing boat was supposed to pull up the dead body of this Parasaurolophus in a fishing net, and then the net was going to break and this was going to drop into the water. So yeah, that's why this is in such an awkward position. But like I said, it ended up popping up quick in the T-Rex nest, and with the T-Rex feeding it in Jurassic Park 3. So yeah, nice little piece of Jurassic Park history with this figure. That's another big reason why I wanted to pick it up. So it's pretty cool that they still found a way to use this Parasaurolophus in the movie. And now let's zoom and take a look at some of the finer details on this figure. Starting with the head, I love the dead looking eyes. It's the same look I had in my eyes when I saw the price of this figure. And then going down to the jaw, if you look in there, you can actually see some teeth. You got a lot of rot and just some nice gloss in all different colors of reds, browns, and purples to really show off all the muscle detail underneath the skin. Like I said, they did an absolute fantastic job painting this figure. And like I said, it's made out of resin, so be very, very careful handling this figure. It could easily chip and break easily. You can see the ear canal sculpted in. The head crest is really nicely done. Some nice texture in. It's all done in brown with some dark brown stripes on the crest. It's kind of a hard figure to maneuver because it's in such an awkward position. And then let's take a look at the head on the other side. The beak is nicely sculpted. You got that dead eye look. You got a couple more bite marks on the underside of the neck. Like I said, all those bite marks are just really, really nicely painted. They did a great, great job on that. And then going back to the other side, you can see the arm is torn off over here. The gore is so gnarly looking on this figure. I absolutely love it. You can see the bone is snapped off, and a lot of nice detail all over that. Some nice scale detail all over the body, you know, for the parts where it's not ripped to shreds. You can see the rib cage and all the sinew and skin and just muscle, all just beautifully, beautifully painted. Like they really, like I'm so impressed with this thing, and it makes, you know, swallowing that $100 a little bit more like seeing this in hand. And then going down to the leg, you have a big old chunk taken out of the thigh. You can see the hip bone is exposed. Just, I love the gore. Absolutely love the gore in here, like chef's kiss. Mwah. Get some more striping on the thigh, and the little bite taken out of the calf muscle. Going down to the feet, you have those very theropod looking toe claws on, you know, the Jurassic Park style Parasaurolophus. No dew claw on here. I thought the Jurassic Paras had a dew claw. I guess when I get the standard version, I'll see if it has that on there. And then turn the figure on the other side, you can see this arm is curled all the way back. Some more nice gore details on this side of the body. You know, the way this figure is going to lay down on your shelf is going to be like this, so you do have all this awesome detail on the other side that you're probably never going to see, but it's nice that Nanmu did that. Some more down here, you can see some more of the tail muscles. This leg is completely chewed off. Same thing, you have a broken bone in there. Like, oh, I just love it. Love all this gore. And then going down to the tail, you can see some of the tail vertebrae exposed, and just more bite marks down the tail. Just knocked it out of the park, and even the tip of the tail is missing. So yeah, Nanmu absolutely killed it with this thing. You even have another little tiny bite mark right here, and then there's just a couple more just on the top of the back near the head crest. So yeah, really impressed with this thing. This thing's gonna make some great diorama displays. Like I said, love dead dinosaurs, and you know, I take a lot of photography. They're all on my Instagram. Link is down below in the description. So yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun taking pictures with this thing. Moving on with comparisons. First up, here it is with one of the Mattel human figures. Here it is with Alan Grant. And next up, here it is with the Hammond Collection Parasaurolophus. And next up, let's compare it to some other dead dinosaur figures. Here it is with Rebor's Tenotosaurus, which comes with its head disattached from the body. Up until this point, this was my favorite dead dinosaur figure, but this Parasaurolophus just beats it out by a little bit, and I'm very happy to see Rebor giving us more dead dinosaurs in upcoming releases. They have like a bit and a half Appalachiosaurus coming with the Dinosuchus release, and we have Nigersaurus coming with the Sarcosuchus release. So very much looking forward to them. Not gonna lie, I'm probably buying those figures just for the dinosaur corpses because I just can't get enough of these in my collection. And next up, Collecte has been very good at giving us dead dinosaurs. Here is their Triceratops. And next up is, before I knock my studio lights over, here it is with their Stegosaurus. And next up is their Brontosaurus. And lastly, you don't see these too often, here is a dead T-Rex from Collecte. So yeah, happy to always add another dead dino to the collection. And before I forget, we do have one more dead dinosaur. Here is Rebor's Fallen Queen, and I still think I woke up in an alternate universe because Rebor is actually finally gonna do King Trident. I never thought I'll see the day. I still won't believe it till I actually have that figure in my hands. But yeah, I think there's like some multiverse shenanigans going on because I still don't believe they're actually gonna do King Trident. And let's finish this up with a couple Nanmu comparisons. First up, here it is with their Giganotosaurus. Now, you know how Nanmu announces when a figure is retired, they just update their profile picture on Facebook, and this Giganotosaurus is now missing from there, which means this is out of production, and we all know what's coming. They're going to give us a Dominion Giganotosaurus sometime in the near future. And lastly, here it is with Nanmu's Buck Rex, and I know a lot of people are going to have this displayed with the Parasaurolophus, you know, to recreate that scene from Jurassic Park 3. So, final thoughts on Nanmu's dead Parasaurolophus. I really like this figure. They did an absolutely fantastic job sculpting and painting this. All the gory bits are just beautifully painted. So all the gloss and just like the sheer carnage on this piece, all the exposed bone, just absolutely beautiful. You know, my only complaint about this figure is just that, you know, over $100 price point on it. Do I feel like this is worth over $100? Yes and no. It's just really tough. I get that it's made out of resin and it drives up the cost. The downside of the resin is a lot more fragile than the material they use to make their regular figures. So be very, very careful with it. You know, I can see it easily getting chipped and scuffed if you're a little bit rough with the figure, and that's probably going to happen to me because I'm not the most careful with my dinosaur toys. The other bonus going with this figure is, it's a nice little slice of Jurassic Park history. It's supposed to be used in a scrapped opening scene, but they found ways to incorporate it into a couple more movies. It only had maybe 0.5 seconds of screen time, but still a cool little piece. And just the diorama possibilities with this are pretty much limitless. You can do a lot with it. Is that my... Yep, that's my cat meowing outside the door. He's not happy that I'm doing a review right now. But yeah, really cool. I'm gonna love using this thing in a lot of diorama poses. So yeah, if you want to get this figure, I got mine from Dan's Dinosaur. Dan is always my go-to for Nanmu products. And this is a limited edition figure, so whenever they sell out, that's it. So don't snooze on it if you want to pick this up. And good luck swallowing that $100 price point. So that will do it for the review. Hopefully my standard edition Nanmu Para will show up relatively soon so I can do a review on that. I got something else in from Safari, so it'll be another review, Safari review coming up very, very shortly on the channel. So stay tuned for those. And as always, if you're enjoying the content on this channel, show your support by hitting that subscription button just below the video. Each subscription helps out the channel tremendously and is greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys for the next one.